Okay, everyone, thank you for hanging in there. And so for our first place award winner goes to Cal Gunasinga at Walter Reed for the Adam M. Robinson Award for first place. So I just want to talk a little bit about this award and a little bit about who it's named after. So Vice Admiral Adam Robinson was the 36th Surgeon General of the Navy, and actually talking with Dr. Sweeney, I don't know if he's still in the office, got the opportunity to work with him while he was at Bethesda. Originally a native of Louisville, Kentucky, as you can see up there, entered the service in 1977, holds a Doctor of Medicine from Indiana University. So following that, he did his general surgery residency at National Naval Medical Center and then completed his colorectal surgery fellowship at the University of Illinois School of Medicine. Following that, he was the program director of general surgery at Portsmouth and then later earned his MBA at the University of Southern Florida. So congratulations to Cal. So she actually had to catch a flight. So we're going to move on to the second place award winner. And that is going to be Lieutenant Ashley Hafer for her excellent work on the simulation models for the UCAN-P urology simulation. So to talk a little bit about the Robert E. Lee Award. So as you can see here, born in South Carolina in 1902 and completed his medical training at the Medical College of South Carolina in 1928. So he trained in general surgery and then joined the Army and then transitioned, so the Air Force. And he was really responsible and one of the founding members of the Society for Air Force Clinical Surgeons. So, as many of you know, the Society for Air Force Clinical Surgeons has been graciously combined into our new Excelsior Surgical Society, and in many ways has supported that organization in its founding. You can see here that he eventually rose to the rank of Brigadier General and was unanimously voted as the first senior Air Force surgeon in the United States Air Force Medical Corps. So, Ashley, if you are still here, if you can, are we going to go ahead and? You can send it, yeah. Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and come on up.
Yes, please.
Sorry. Here we go. Okay.
All right.
My mask out of the picture.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to take. Okay.
All right, and next we have the trauma critical care first and second place.
Could we have the slide for Dr. We'll start with. Yeah, David Burris. Okay. I'll introduce the historical figure for whom the award is named, and then Major Strite will announce the award winner. Colonel David Burris was a graduate of Uniformed Services University of Health Sciences in 1982. He completed his general surgery training at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. He then served his most significant overseas assignment was serving as the chief of surgery at Landstuhl, as Landstuhl received casualties from the Gulf War in 1990-1991. His final duty station was the second chairman of surgery at Uniformed Services University of Health Sciences. Dr. Burris died in 2010 at the age of 55.
And so these awards were selected based on their originality and military-specific relevance, and the Colonel Burris Award goes to Lieutenant Rue from Stanford for her work on moral injury and distress among military surgeons.
The second place Trauma Critical Care Award is named after Captain Retired Peter Ree. Dr. Ree received his medical degree from Uniformed Services University of Health Sciences in 1987. He then completed his general surgery training at University of California, Irvine. He did a Trauma Critical Care Fellowship at University of Washington. He was deployed multiple times in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, and his last duty station in the Navy was the director of the Navy Trauma Training Center at USC LA County. Dr. Ree, following his military service, has served in capacity of director of trauma at University of Arizona. He was at Emory and Grady in Atlanta, and currently Dr. Ree is at Westchester in New York, where he's the Director of Trauma, Surgical Critical Care, and Burns.
And the Captain Peter Ree Award goes to Captain Derek Benham for validation of a miniaturized handheld arterial pressure monitoring for guiding full and partial REBOA during resuscitation.
Matt Martin, you want to accept this as the senior author? All right. So we have one last order of business, and if we know all in the military, one of the exciting parts of being in charge of a group, a team, is to also bestow awards. So I wanted to roll into that. First, I want to thank everyone for attending and participating. This is a great scholarly forum. It's tri-service, and it was early on the first area where we could all come together, particularly during long years of war, and exchange ideas. It takes a person to recognize that need, the right person at the right time to see that need and act on it. So we're going to be presenting the Military Service Award. It's the first award that we've had as a military committee, but it's important to recognize how this happened. So what I'd like to talk about is the story behind how this all began. I'd like to invite Rob Lim to join me up here, and he is really, thanks to Rob Lim, is a big reason that we're here. I wanted to move back in a time when he was at Beth Israel doing his MIS fellowship in 2008, 2009, and I happened to be down a couple blocks away, and I would come over, and we'd be doing our fellowship and recognizing, learning our skills. But he was Army, I was Navy, and we would basically think about how could we help out the military community, and with the help of Dr. Dan Jones, who's at Beth Israel, he was able to offer support and the exposure to actually act on, and find a home in Sages with developing a working group, a military working group. And it's from that kind of location and support that we thank Rob Lim for helping facilitate and develop this military committee and this scholarly forum. So I've noticed over the years, we've had certainly a strong friendship, and I've noticed his vision, his mentorship, often seeing him reach out and talk to trainees, junior surgeons, and really develop that senior junior surgeon network, as well as keep us connected with SAGES. And certainly as he's climbed the ladder within the SAGES network, he's helped out the military committee and kept us, allowed us to continue to grow. He was program chair at SAGES in Seattle several years ago, and that really allowed us to expand into the Learning Center, for example, share some of our combat skills, and really what we could find was deliver some of the knowledge we've learned as a military group and deliver that to the SAGES community. So we still have a Learning Center presence. So I'd like to thank Rob Lim and present the Military Services Award. Dr. Andrew Schussel here was very kind and put together a shadow box. So I know it's a military group, but shadow box is a traditional way of recognizing a career and different accomplishments. And so we were going to present this to 2020, but we didn't hold our in-person conference, so we were able to change that to in-person at this point and recognize his 23 years of service, multiple combat missions, and again, active networking within SAGES to help out the military committee and allow us to have this great scholarly forum that we had today with having residents a chance to present their research. And again, this was something new. A lot of us that have been in the military, I've been in the military for 23 years as well. Early on as a resident, there was nothing like this that was available. So it's thanks to Rob Lim's vision and energy and enthusiasm. So appreciate his continued support and friendship, and thanks for letting me kind of ride on his coattails. So at that, I'd like to thank Rob Lim. If everyone could just stand and applaud and thank him.
You can stand up. Should I say something like that?
Yeah,
Well, as Gordy mentioned, we are good friends, which just means next year I'll be presenting him with a similar award for all his. But I'm actually very happy that two people walked in the room recently. One is Dan Jones. If you don't know Dan, he was my mentor at Beth Israel, and he's been with me every step of the way, supporting. His father was a professor at West Point, also lieutenant colonel at highest rank, right, in the military. He has a son who's an officer in the quartermaster, so he's a very large military supporter, and he certainly has been that way for me during my career. And he has a love for the military, I think, as we all do in the room. The second person is Sally Matthews, who's over there pretending to be a photographer. But all along the way, Sally and SAGES have been very instrumental. I would ask, can I have a session? They said yes. And I would say, can I make it free for active duty? They said yes. And can our membership be very low cost for the military? And she said yes. I should have asked for more things. But to have this type of forum, to have the support we've had from the military, again, I really believe it allows us to be excellent both on the battlefield and in the operating room with a robot, or with minimally invasive things, or with when to consult our angio and EGD colleagues for complex things because of the system and because of the opportunity we've had here. So thank you very much, Gordy and Andrew. This was very unexpected. Not sure I'm worthy of all those things you said, but I do appreciate it, and I definitely appreciate the support that SAGES has given us over the last 12 years now. So enough me talking. Go have a good time this time. Learn a lot. Enjoy the rest of the meeting. Thank you again for all being here.